10 Stoic Ways to Know if Someone is Using You. Stoicism. Have you ever noticed that some people only seek you out when they're in trouble? It's painful when those we care about treat us like tools for their own needs, leaving us feeling used and undervalued. It's especially painful when your genuine love and support go unreciprocated. Your self-worth and trust in yourself can diminish, sinking into the depths of hurt and disappointment. These are truly bitter experiences. It might be the friend who always asks for favors but never returns them, or the person who burdens you with their troubles expecting your constant assistance. If someone consistently relies on you, but vanishes when you need them most, or if you feel they value you for what you do rather than who you are, these are clear signs of a manipulative relationship. Join us as we explore 10 Stoic ways to identify if someone is using you and how to safeguard your well-being, not just for your own sake, but for the purity of your soul. Watch the whole video. Each method is crucial. Are you ready? Number 1. Recognizing emotional manipulation. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, the ability to identify emotional manipulation is of paramount importance. When someone is exploiting you, they frequently tug at your heartstrings, weaving a web of guilt and obligation. These manipulators often display exaggerated hurt or disappointment, compelling you to feel accountable for their emotional well-being. This manipulation can subtly coerce you into altering your actions to appease them. As Epictetus wisely remarked, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This profound insight urges us to step back and assess the situation with a clear mind. The essence of Stoic thought encourages us to remain emotionally autonomous, ensuring that others do not control our feelings. By practicing emotional detachment, you can better understand their tactics and respond with reason rather than being swayed by guilt or obligation. Consider a modern scenario where a colleague constantly offloads their work on you, playing the victim to elicit your sympathy and compliance. Recognizing this pattern is the first step. Instead of yielding to their emotional ploys, apply the Stoic principle of rational detachment. Assess the situation logically and set clear boundaries. Remember, your emotional well-being is not contingent on their perceived suffering. Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote serves as a reminder to reclaim your emotional strength by not allowing others to dictate your responses. In today's fast-paced world, where personal and professional relationships are increasingly complex, the ability to discern emotional manipulation is crucial. By adopting a Stoic mindset, you cultivate an inner resilience that shields you from being used by others. This resilience empowers you to navigate relationships with clarity and purpose, ensuring that your actions align with your values rather than being driven by external pressures. The solution lies in practicing emotional detachment and responding with rationality, not guilt or obligation. By doing so, you preserve your emotional integrity and foster healthier, more balanced interactions. Seneca aptly noted, "He who is brave is free." Embrace the courage to stand firm in your emotional independence, free from the chains of manipulation. This approach not only enhances your personal well-being, but also sets a precedent for others to respect your boundaries. In essence, recognizing and addressing emotional manipulation through Stoic principles equips you with the tools to lead a more empowered and authentic life. Number 2. Spotting unequal efforts. In relationships, be it personal or professional, an imbalance in effort can often be a sign that someone is taking advantage of you. This aligns with the Stoic principle of fairness and justice, which teaches us to strive for equality and integrity in all our interactions. When you find yourself constantly giving more, whether it's time, energy, or resources, while receiving little in return, It's essential to recognize this as a potential red flag. Reflecting on this, if your thoughts are consumed by the unfairness of a relationship, it's a clear indication that something needs to change. To address this imbalance, it's crucial to set clear boundaries and expectations. Boundaries are not walls to keep others out, but rather guidelines that ensure both parties understand and respect each other's limits. When you establish these boundaries, you create a framework for fairness in your interactions. Ask yourself, are my contributions to this relationship being matched by the other person? This question not only promotes self-awareness, but also encourages you to evaluate the reciprocity in your relationships. Reflect on your interactions. Do you feel drained after spending time with this person? Are your efforts acknowledged and reciprocated, or do they go unnoticed? The answers to these questions can provide insight into whether you are being treated fairly. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." By confronting the reality of your relationships, you can make more rational and just decisions. If you determine that the effort is indeed one-sided, it's time to take action. Have an open and honest conversation with the person involved. Express your feelings clearly and calmly, outlining the imbalance and discussing ways to achieve a more equitable dynamic. This might be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for your well-being. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to face challenges with courage and wisdom. Furthermore, consider the role of self-respect in your life. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Being a master of yourself means valuing your contributions and not allowing others to take advantage of your generosity. Establishing boundaries is a form of self-respect that others will recognize and eventually adhere to. Maintaining fairness in relationships also involves continuous assessment. Relationships are dynamic and require ongoing effort to sustain balance. Regularly check in with yourself and your interactions to ensure that the scales remain even. This vigilance helps prevent future imbalances and keeps your relationships healthy and mutually beneficial. In conclusion, spotting unequal efforts in relationships is a vital skill rooted in the Stoic principles of fairness and justice. By setting clear boundaries, engaging in honest communication, and valuing your self-respect, you can ensure that your interactions are equitable and fulfilling. Reflect on the wisdom of the Stoics, and remember that your happiness and well-being depend on maintaining fairness in all aspects of life. How will you apply these principles to your current relationships? Are you ready to make the changes necessary to ensure fairness and mutual respect? Number 3. Identifying conditional kindness. In our journey through life, it's crucial to recognize the true nature of the kindness we receive. Genuine kindness, a virtue deeply cherished by Stoics, is a selfless act, given freely without expectation. However, conditional kindness, where generosity is a tool for personal gain, can be a sign someone is using you. They only extend a helping hand when there's something in it for them, creating a relationship that's more transactional than heartfelt. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "A benefit consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver or doer." This profound insight reminds us that true generosity stems from pure intentions, without anticipating anything in return. Imagine you have a colleague who frequently offers to help with your projects. At first, you feel grateful for their support, but over time, you notice a pattern. Their assistance always comes with a catch. They expect you to cover for them during their absences, or they subtly imply that you owe them favors. This behavior reflects conditional kindness, where the act of giving is merely a means to an end. It's not about genuine support, but about creating a debt that you're expected to repay. To navigate these situations, practicing Stoic principles can be immensely helpful. Start by reflecting on the intentions behind the kindness you receive. Are these acts of generosity, Motivated by a genuine desire to help? Or is there an underlying expectation? By critically assessing these motives, you can better appreciate those who give without strings attached. This doesn't mean you should become cynical or distrustful, but rather develop a keen sense of discernment. Let's take a moment to consider a modern example. Think about social media influencers who promote products. Some do it out of genuine belief in the product's value, while others do it solely for the sponsorship money. The former are practicing genuine kindness, sharing what they love without expecting anything from their audience, while the latter are engaging in a form of conditional kindness, where their endorsement is contingent upon financial gain. Here's a question to ponder. When was the last time you did something kind without expecting anything in return? Reflect on that moment and compare it with times when you felt obligated to reciprocate. How did these experiences differ in terms of how they made you feel about yourself and others? The lesson here is clear. Strive to be someone who gives selflessly and learn to recognize and appreciate such kindness in others. By valuing true generosity, you can foster more meaningful and authentic relationships. It's about creating a world where kindness is given freely and appreciated genuinely, aligning with the core Stoic values of integrity and virtue. So next time you encounter an act of kindness, ask yourself about the intention behind it, and choose to celebrate and reciprocate those acts that come from a place of true generosity. If you've made it this far, you're a true seeker of wisdom. Drop a comment saying, "I see clearly now," to show you're committed to uncovering the truth. Stick around. The best insights are yet to come. Number 4. Noticing lack of accountability. In the wisdom of Stoicism, personal responsibility stands as a cornerstone of ethical living. A critical sign that someone may be using you is their consistent refusal to take accountability for their actions. Instead, they incessantly shift blame onto others, making you their scapegoat. This evasion of responsibility is a manipulative tactic, designed to make you bear the brunt of their failures and shortcomings. Such individuals are adept at avoiding the consequences of their own actions, leaving you to clean up the mess. This behavior starkly contrasts with Stoic principles which emphasize that we should focus on what is within our control and accept responsibility for our actions. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminds us, we are responsible for some things, while others are beyond our control. This profound insight guides us to distinguish between what we can change and what we must accept. When someone refuses to own up to their mistakes and blames others, it's essential to recognize this red flag. They are not only evading personal growth but also trying to drag you down with them. By holding firm to Stoic teachings, you can safeguard yourself from such manipulation. To address this, it's crucial to set clear boundaries and hold others accountable for their actions. When you notice someone shirking responsibility, confront them calmly and assertively. Refuse to accept undue blame, and make it clear that you expect accountability. This approach not only protects your peace of mind, but also encourages a culture of honesty and responsibility. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic sage, wisely observed, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This call to action implores us to embody the virtues we admire and demand the same from those around us. In modern life, responsibility is often the first thing to be overlooked in the race for success or the avoidance of conflict. However, by adhering to Stoic principles, we can navigate these challenges with clarity and strength. Reflect on your interactions and identify any patterns where others might be using you as a shield against their failures. By asserting your boundaries and insisting on accountability, you reinforce your own integrity and encourage others to rise to the occasion. Remember, you have the power to control your responses and uphold your values no matter how others behave. In doing so, you not only protect yourself but also set a powerful example of Stoic resilience and wisdom. Number 5. Observing communication patterns. Effective communication is a cornerstone of Stoic relationships. If someone frequently communicates only when they need something, it's a clear indicator they are using you. Marcus Aurelius noted, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." This implies that life's challenges require strength and resilience, much like genuine relationships that demand consistent effort and honesty. Authentic connections are built on regular and sincere communication, not sporadic interactions based on need. When you notice someone reaches out only in times of necessity, it signals a one-sided relationship where their interest lies more in what you can provide rather than in who you are. This behavior is a clear deviation from the Stoic principle of mutual respect and reciprocity. So how do you determine the authenticity of someone's communication? Start by assessing the consistency of their interactions. Do they only call or message you when they need help, advice, or a favor? Or do they engage with you regularly, sharing in your joys and supporting you in your challenges? Genuine friends and partners maintain contact out of a genuine interest in your well-being, not merely out of convenience or necessity. By fostering open and consistent communication, you can build authentic connections. It's crucial to prioritize relationships with those who make an effort to engage with you regularly. This doesn't mean that every interaction needs to be profound or life-changing. Even casual check-ins or sharing a laugh over a minor incident are signs of a healthy relationship. Reflect on your relationships and consider, are there individuals who make you feel valued and heard consistently, or are there ones who seem to disappear when their needs are met? Evaluating this can help you focus on nurturing bonds with those who truly care about you. Remember Epictetus's wisdom, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This emphasizes the importance of listening in communication, a trait often overlooked by those who use others for their gain. Are you giving your time and energy to those who reciprocate it, or are you entangled in relationships that drain you? By identifying these patterns, you can make conscious choices about where to invest your emotional energy. Surround yourself with people who value open, honest, and consistent communication, fostering relationships that uplift and support you. This not only enhances your personal growth but aligns with the Stoic ideals of integrity and mutual respect. So, take a moment to reflect. Who in your life communicates with you out of genuine interest, and who seems to use you as a means to an end? Understanding these dynamics can lead to more fulfilling and balanced relationships, staying true to the Stoic way of life. Number 6. Watching for disregard of boundaries. In the practice of Stoicism, respecting personal boundaries is essential. When someone consistently disregards your boundaries, it's a clear sign that they may be using you for their own benefit. This form of disrespect can show up in many ways, such as invading your personal space, constantly demanding your time, or blatantly ignoring your values and beliefs. As the wise Seneca once advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. This means surrounding yourself with individuals who respect and honor your personal boundaries. Think about a time in your life when someone persistently disregarded your boundaries. Perhaps it was a colleague who continually asked for your help without acknowledging your workload, or a friend who expected you to drop everything to cater to their needs. These scenarios are not only exhausting, but also indicative of someone who does not value your personal limits. In modern life, this could be a boss who emails you at all hours, expecting immediate responses, or a friend who borrows money without any intention of paying it back. Imagine a scenario where you've decided to spend your weekend relaxing and recharging. You've informed your friends and family that you need this time for yourself. However, a friend insists on dropping by unannounced, expecting you to entertain them. This blatant disregard for your need for solitude and relaxation is a red flag. It's a clear indication that this person values their needs over yours. To protect yourself from such situations, it's crucial to clearly define and enforce your personal boundaries. This involves being assertive about your needs and expectations. For instance, if a friend frequently invades your personal space, calmly but firmly explain why this behavior is unacceptable and what you expect moving forward. A powerful way to reinforce your boundaries is by associating with individuals who naturally respect them. Surround yourself with people who enhance your well-being and contribute positively to your life. Reflect on Seneca's wisdom and seek out relationships that foster mutual respect and improvement. How do you handle situations where your boundaries are crossed? Do you speak up immediately, or do you let it slide to avoid conflict? These are important questions to ponder, as your responses can significantly impact your mental and emotional well-being. Ultimately, respecting your boundaries is not just about protecting your time and space. It's about valuing yourself and ensuring that others do the same. The lesson here is clear. Enforce your boundaries with confidence and seek out relationships that honor and respect those limits. By doing so, you cultivate an environment that supports your growth and well-being, embodying the true spirit of Stoicism. If you've reached this point and are still engaged, kindly take a moment to pause and comment below with, "I know my worth." This simple act will show that you recognize the importance of valuing yourself and not allowing others to take advantage of you. Now, let's continue on this journey together, embracing the wisdom of the Stoics to lead more balanced, fulfilling lives. Number 7. Recognizing flattery and deception. Flattery can be a manipulative tool used by those who seek to exploit you, and it's vital to understand this tactic to protect yourself. Stoics, who highly value honesty and authenticity, are particularly adept at seeing through deceitful praise. If someone excessively flatters you to gain favor or manipulate you, it's a clear warning sign. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus warned, "It is the nature of the wise to resist pleasures, but the foolish to be a slave to them." This highlights the importance of resisting the allure of flattery and seeking genuine appreciation instead. In modern life, this means valuing honest, constructive feedback over hollow praise. For example, in a professional setting, a colleague who constantly compliments your work without any constructive criticism may be trying to gain your favor for their own benefit. Instead, seek out those who provide balanced feedback, as they are more likely to have your best interests at heart. To truly understand the difference between genuine praise and manipulation, consider the story of Socrates, who was known for his plain speaking and insistence on truth. He famously disregarded flattery and focused on sincere, meaningful dialogue. This approach not only earned him respect but also helped him build strong, genuine relationships. Applying this lesson today, we should emulate Socrates by valuing authenticity and being cautious of those who use excessive flattery to manipulate us. Furthermore, Marcus Aurelius advised, "Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect." This advice is particularly relevant when dealing with flattery. Flattery can tempt you to compromise your values or make decisions that are not in your best interest. By staying true to your principles and seeking authenticity, you can avoid being exploited. In practical terms, here's what you can do. When someone showers you with praise, take a moment to reflect on their intentions. Ask yourself whether their compliments are consistent with your own understanding of your abilities and contributions. Seek feedback from a trusted friend or mentor who can provide a more objective perspective. This approach will help you discern genuine appreciation from manipulative flattery. In summary, the Stoic way to deal with flattery and deception involves a deep commitment to authenticity and a resistance to manipulative praise. Remember the words of Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius and apply their wisdom to your daily life. By doing so, you will safeguard your integrity and build stronger, more genuine relationships. So, the next time you encounter excessive flattery, pause and reflect on the true intentions behind the words, and choose to value honesty and authenticity above all else. This approach will not only protect you from being used, but also help you grow as a person and foster deeper connections with those around you. Number 8. Detecting absence during hard times. Have you ever noticed someone vanishing from your life when you're going through a rough patch, only to reappear when they need something? This is a clear sign that the person is using you. In Stoic philosophy, loyalty and steadfastness are highly valued virtues, and the true test of a person's character is how they behave in difficult times. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, difficulties are things that show a person's true character. When you face hardships, take note of who sticks around and who disappears. Those who support you during tough times are your true companions, worthy of your trust and respect. Think about the people in your life. Who are the ones that have been there for you when you needed them the most? These are the individuals who genuinely care about you and value your well-being. On the other hand, those who are conspicuously absent when you're struggling but quickly return when they need a favor are likely taking advantage of your kindness. This behavior is not aligned with the principles of Stoicism, which teaches us to be self-sufficient, but also to value and cultivate genuine relationships based on mutual respect and support. One effective way to deal with this is to consciously recognize and appreciate the loyalty of those who stand by you in your darkest moments. Express your gratitude to them and ensure that you reciprocate their support. This mutual loyalty strengthens your bond and builds a resilient support system. Conversely, it is crucial to distance yourself from those who only see you as a means to an end. Setting boundaries with such individuals protects your emotional well-being and prevents you from being exploited. Have you ever confronted someone about their absence during your difficult times? If so, what was their response? And how did it affect your relationship? Reflecting on these questions can help you better understand the dynamics of your relationships and make more informed decisions about whom to keep in your inner circle. It is important to cultivate relationships with people who embody the Stoic virtues of loyalty and steadfastness, as these relationships will provide genuine support and companionship in both good times and bad. As you navigate through life's challenges, remember to assess the reliability of those around you. True friends will be there for you when you need them the most, while those who are using you will vanish at the first sign of trouble. By recognizing these patterns, you can build a network of sincere, loyal friends who will stand by you through thick and thin, just as you will stand by them. This is the essence of a Stoic relationship, rooted in mutual respect, loyalty, and unwavering support. Number 9. Breach of promises. When someone breaks a promise, it cuts deep, damaging the trust that forms the foundation of any relationship. Promises are a testament to one's character and morality. They are commitments that, when kept, reinforce trust and respect. Conversely, breaking promises reveals a lack of regard for others and a selfish disposition. Imagine a scenario in modern life where a friend repeatedly cancels plans last minute, always with a seemingly valid excuse. At first, you might accept these excuses, but over time the pattern becomes clear. They prioritize other people or activities over their commitment to you. This not only causes disappointment, but also signals that you are not valued in their eyes, that you are someone they believe won't put up a fight or make a fuss, even if it means being let down time and again. Opportunists are notorious for this behavior, often making promises they have no intention of keeping, using others to their advantage. They manipulate, knowing that you won't cause trouble even when disappointed. Their actions highlight a deeper issue, a lack of respect for your feelings and a disregard for the emotional toll their broken promises take on you. They consistently demonstrate selfishness, making it clear that your well-being is secondary to their own needs or desires. Epictetus, a revered Stoic philosopher, taught that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control how we respond to them. This Stoic wisdom does not suggest ignoring betrayal, but rather using it as a means to build inner strength. When trust is broken, we face a pivotal choice: to become more guarded and less willing to trust, or to continue to hope and trust despite the risk. This choice defines our resilience and our ability to navigate future relationships. To put this into a relatable context, think of someone who repeatedly promises to help you with a significant project but never follows through. Each time, you might feel a mix of hope and skepticism. Over time, their unreliability becomes a pattern, and you are faced with the decision of whether to confront them, to lower your expectations, or to cut ties altogether. This situation tests your ability to remain stoic, calm, rational, and grounded amidst emotional turmoil. Now, let's explore how you can apply this lesson to your own life. Reflect on the promises made to you and how often they are kept. Are there patterns of broken promises? How do you feel and react when a promise is broken? Do you address the issue directly or do you let it slide, hoping for better next time? These reflections can help you understand your own boundaries and the respect you deserve. Remember, your reaction to broken promises is within your control. You can choose to let them harden your heart, or you can use them as stepping stones to greater emotional strength and wisdom. Ultimately, the key takeaway here is that broken promises are more than just disappointments. They are opportunities for growth and self-reflection. They teach you about the people around you and, more importantly, about yourself. By understanding and applying these Stoic principles, you can navigate the inevitable breaches of promises with grace and resilience, transforming potential pain into profound personal growth. Number 10. Observing the absence of gratitude. Gratitude is a cornerstone of healthy relationships and a key principle in Stoic philosophy. When someone takes your kindness and efforts for granted, it can be a sign that they are using you. Lack of gratitude indicates that they do not value your contributions and are more focused on what they can gain from you. Imagine a scenario where you go out of your way to help a friend, whether by offering emotional support during a tough time, lending a hand with a project, or simply being there when they need you. However, instead of expressing gratitude, they act as if your help is expected and give nothing in return. This behavior is a red flag, suggesting that they see your generosity as their right rather than a favor. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This quote underscores the importance of gratitude and appreciating the good in our lives. A person who lacks gratitude is not living according to this Stoic wisdom. They fail to recognize and value the positive contributions of others, which leads to an imbalanced and exploitative relationship. To address this, it's essential to observe how often the people in your life express gratitude. Genuine appreciation is more than just polite thank yous. It's about acknowledging the effort and care you put into the relationship. If someone consistently fails to show gratitude, it might be time to reevaluate their place in your life. Consider a modern example. You have a coworker who often asks for your help with tasks. You assist them generously, but they never acknowledge your help or offer to return the favor. This lack of gratitude can leave you feeling undervalued and exploited. To change this dynamic, try addressing it directly. Communicate how you feel and explain that mutual appreciation is important to you. Their response will reveal a lot about their character and whether they value your contributions. Ask yourself, do the people in my life show gratitude for my efforts? How do I feel when my contributions are appreciated versus when they are taken for granted? Reflecting on these questions can help you identify relationships that enhance your well-being and those that drain it. In conclusion, observing the absence of gratitude is crucial for maintaining healthy, balanced relationships. By applying Stoic principles, you can ensure that your interactions are grounded in mutual appreciation and respect. Embrace the wisdom of Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, and seek out relationships that celebrate and value your contributions. Remember, true relationships thrive on gratitude and appreciation. By fostering these qualities, you create a supportive network that aligns with the Stoic ideals of integrity and virtue, enhancing your well-being and enriching your life. Thank you for being part of today's video. Before we proceed, I want to express my gratitude for your engagement in our community. Feel free to share your thoughts on the topic or simply comment, "I am learning," if you're new, or "I am a Stoic," if you've been with us for a while. Your participation is a great source of motivation for us. Let's continue this journey together, shall we? What to do when we realize we are being taken advantage of. Realizing that you are being taken advantage of can be a profound and unsettling experience. It may trigger a mix of emotions, from anger and disappointment to confusion and self-doubt. However, such moments can also serve as powerful catalysts for personal growth and transformation. By recognizing and addressing the situation, you can reclaim your power, set healthy boundaries, and foster more respectful and balanced relationships. In this comprehensive guide, we explore practical steps to take when you find yourself being exploited. Drawing on the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, we will delve into recognizing and setting boundaries, processing emotions, understanding motives, enhancing self-confidence, and much more. Each step is designed to help you navigate these challenging situations with clarity, resilience, and empowerment. Now let us embark on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment, equipping ourselves with the tools to handle exploitation and emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. 1. Recognizing and setting boundaries. Recognizing when we are being taken advantage of requires a moment of introspection and a clear assessment of our situation. This initial awareness is essential, as it helps us understand the dynamics and patterns that have led to this point of exploitation. By acknowledging our emotions, we can prevent them from clouding our judgment, allowing us to see the situation for what it truly is. As Epictetus remarked, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Once we have a clear picture of the situation, the next step is to set firm boundaries. Boundaries are not about punishing others, but about protecting our peace and dignity. Communicating these boundaries assertively yet respectfully ensures others understand our limits and can help prevent further exploitation. Use I statements to express how you feel and what you need, such as, "I feel disrespected when my contributions are overlooked and I need acknowledgement for my efforts." This approach focuses on your feelings and needs rather than accusing or blaming others. Evaluating the relationship or situation is also essential to determine if it is worth salvaging, or if it is better to distance ourselves from it. Some relationships can be mended with clear communication and mutual respect, while others may be inherently toxic. This evaluation should be done with a calm mind, weighing the pros and cons and considering long-term impacts. Sometimes the best course of action is to remove ourselves from the situation. This could mean ending a relationship, leaving a job, or simply minimizing contact. As Seneca wisely stated, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." Removing ourselves from a toxic environment is an act of self-preservation and courage, safeguarding our mental and emotional health. Additionally, reflecting on our values and aligning our actions with them strengthens our resolve to maintain our dignity and self-respect. When our actions are consistent with our core values, we are less likely to feel compromised or resentful. This internal congruence is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, which advocates for living in harmony with nature and reason. As Seneca stated, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Daring to stand by our values, even when it means setting uncomfortable boundaries, is a testament to our inner strength. Furthermore, as we set these boundaries, we must surround ourselves with supportive individuals who respect our limits and provide the encouragement we need to stand firm. The support of such individuals can be invaluable in bolstering our confidence and resilience. Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." By doing so, we ensure that our environment nurtures our growth and reinforces our boundaries. Ultimately, acting with integrity and self-respect means not compromising our values for the sake of others. It is about holding firm to our principles, even when it is challenging, and ensuring that our actions reflect our inner beliefs. This alignment between our values and actions fosters a sense of inner peace and self-worth, reminding us that we are in control of our own lives. In modern life, where exploitation can come in subtle forms, from personal relationships to professional settings, it is even more critical to recognize and address it promptly. By setting clear boundaries and staying true to our values, we safeguard our mental and emotional health. Remember, the power to change our circumstances lies within us. As we navigate these challenges, we can draw strength from the Stoic philosophy, which teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. This mindset not only helps us manage our reactions, but also empowers us to make decisions that enhance our well-being. 2. Processing emotions and confronting the issue. When you realize you're being taken advantage of, it's natural to feel a whirlwind of emotions: anger, disappointment, and even betrayal. These feelings are valid and need to be processed constructively. Consider journaling your thoughts to gain clarity, or discussing them with a trusted friend who can offer a fresh perspective. By doing so, you'll be better equipped to understand your emotions and prepare for the next steps. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote serves as a reminder that while we cannot control others' actions, we can control our response to them. Once you've processed your emotions, it's crucial to confront the situation head-on. This confrontation should be approached calmly and thoughtfully, focusing on the specific behaviors that have led to you feeling exploited rather than resorting to personal attacks. The goal here is to communicate clearly that you recognize the exploitation and will not stand for it. This can be done through a direct conversation where you state your feelings and the behaviors that need to change. As Seneca wisely noted, "He who is brave is free." By addressing the issue directly, you show bravery and a commitment to your own well-being. During this confrontation, it's important to stay composed and avoid letting emotions dictate the conversation. Instead, rely on factual observations and express your needs clearly. Ask open-ended questions like, "Can you help me understand why this situation has unfolded this way?" This invites dialogue and gives the other person a chance to explain themselves, which can be enlightening and may lead to a resolution. If the other party is receptive, you can work together to establish new boundaries that respect both parties. If they acknowledge their behavior and agree to change, you've taken a significant step towards resolving the issue. However, if the exploitative behavior continues despite your efforts, it's essential to be prepared to take more decisive action. This might mean ending the relationship or removing yourself from the situation entirely. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By maintaining your inner peace and resilience, you safeguard your mental and emotional health. Sometimes the most empowering choice is to walk away from a toxic situation to preserve your well-being. In summary, realizing you're being taken advantage of can be a painful and challenging experience, but it also offers an opportunity for personal growth and empowerment. Process your emotions constructively, confront the issue with calm and clarity, and, if necessary, take decisive action to protect yourself. Remember, you have the power to control your reactions and maintain your inner peace, regardless of the actions of others. How will you choose to respond the next time you feel taken advantage of? What steps will you take to assert your boundaries and protect your well-being? These reflections can guide you towards a more resilient and empowered self. 3. Understanding motives and developing strategies. When we realize that we are being taken advantage of, it's natural to feel a surge of anger or the urge to withdraw entirely. Yet Stoicism guides us to respond with thoughtfulness rather than impulsiveness. Begin by delving into the motives behind the other person's actions. Were there any signs we overlooked? Understanding these motives can illuminate the root cause of the exploitation, providing valuable lessons for the future. This awareness helps us to develop strategies that can shield us from similar situations. For instance, we might enhance our negotiation skills, become more assertive, or even seek advice from those who can offer fresh perspectives. Consider a story of a young professional named Sarah, who consistently found herself taking on extra work without additional pay. Initially, she felt trapped and unappreciated, but instead of reacting rashly, she took a step back to understand her boss's motives and her own patterns of behavior. Sarah noticed that her eagerness to please and her fear of confrontation made her an easy target. By recognizing these dynamics, she decided to take a course in assertiveness training and sought feedback from a mentor. This not only improved her work-life balance, but also gained her the respect of her colleagues and supervisors. Through experiences like Sarah's, we learn to navigate complex social dynamics more effectively. It's crucial to approach such situations with self-compassion, refraining from self-blame. Realizing we've been taken advantage of can serve as a powerful catalyst for personal growth and resilience. Each challenge strengthens our capacity to handle adversity, making us wiser and more robust. Reflecting on our experiences and implementing lessons learned ensures that we emerge from these situations stronger. Now let's consider a question. What specific actions can you take to protect yourself from being exploited again in the future? By contemplating this, you can better prepare for similar situations and avoid the pitfalls of past experiences. Remember, every setback is an opportunity to build a more resilient self. In conclusion, understanding the motives behind exploitation, developing protective strategies, seeking diverse feedback, and practicing self-compassion are pivotal steps. By applying these principles, we transform challenges into growth opportunities, ensuring that we not only protect ourselves but also emerge stronger and wiser. If you've watched up to this point, you're already taking the first step towards protecting your peace and standing your ground. Comment below with "Stand strong" to affirm your commitment to these empowering strategies. Don't go anywhere. There's still valuable insights we want to share with you in this video. Stay until the end to discover the secrets to confidently reclaiming your power. 4. Reevaluating relationships and seeking guidance. Realizing that we are being taken advantage of can be a harsh wake-up call, but it also offers a unique opportunity to reevaluate our relationships and surroundings. It is essential to conduct a thorough audit of our interactions and identify any recurring patterns of exploitation. We must examine our behavior to see if we have inadvertently encouraged such treatment by being overly accommodating or neglecting to assert our needs. Armed with this understanding, we can make more informed decisions about the people we allow into our lives and the boundaries we set. It's vital to recognize that setting boundaries is not about keeping others out, but about protecting our well-being. We should also consider seeking guidance from a mentor or counselor who can provide objective advice and support. This external perspective can be invaluable in helping us navigate complex emotional landscapes and develop strategies for self-protection. Strengthening our self-awareness and self-esteem is key to preventing future exploitation. When we know our worth and have a clear sense of our values, we are less likely to tolerate mistreatment. This involves committing to personal development, whether through reading, attending workshops, or engaging in practices like meditation. Personal growth fosters a mindset of resilience and empowerment, making us less susceptible to the manipulations of others. By prioritizing our well-being and focusing on personal growth, we create a foundation of strength that shields us from being taken advantage of. It's about cultivating a life where our needs are respected and our boundaries are honored. This journey may be challenging, but it is essential for building healthy, mutually respectful relationships. As Marcus Aurelius observed, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. In modern life, where relationships and interactions are more complex than ever, The ability to protect oneself from exploitation is crucial. It means being vigilant about who we trust and ensuring that our kindness is not mistaken for weakness. This vigilance allows us to foster relationships that are based on mutual respect and genuine care, rather than exploitation. By doing so, we not only protect ourselves but also create a more positive environment for those around us. In conclusion, reevaluating our relationships and seeking guidance when we realize we are being taken advantage of is a powerful act of self-care. By identifying patterns of exploitation, setting clear boundaries, and committing to personal growth, we empower ourselves to build healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Remember, the strength to change lies within us, and by embracing this strength, we can transform our lives for the better. As the Stoics teach us, it is within our power to choose how we respond to the challenges we face, and by doing so, we can live a life of greater integrity and peace. 5. Enhancing self-confidence and assertiveness. When we realize we're being taken advantage of, it's often a wake-up call to enhance our self-confidence and assertiveness. This situation is an opportunity to grow stronger and stand up for ourselves. To do this, we must first understand and establish our boundaries. But it's not enough to simply set these boundaries. We need to enforce them consistently and firmly. Communicate your limits clearly, without guilt or hesitation. One of the key aspects of assertiveness is learning to say no. This doesn't mean being unkind or selfish. It means recognizing that your needs and well-being are just as important as anyone else's. Prioritizing your needs is essential in maintaining a healthy balance in your relationships. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If we consistently allow others to overstep our boundaries, our self-esteem suffers, and our happiness diminishes. Developing a strong sense of self-worth is crucial in resisting manipulation and standing up for ourselves. It's important to remind ourselves that we deserve respect and fair treatment. By valuing ourselves, we make it clear to others that we won't tolerate being taken advantage of. This also involves educating ourselves about assertiveness techniques and strategies for handling difficult conversations. Techniques such as using I statements, maintaining eye contact, and practicing calm, confident body language can be incredibly effective. Improving our assertiveness skills enables us to protect our interests and maintain healthy relationships. We should remember that asserting ourselves isn't about being aggressive or confrontational. It's about being clear and confident in our communication. By mastering the art of assertiveness, we gain control over our lives and interactions. It's also beneficial to seek feedback and support from trusted friends or mentors. They can provide valuable insights and help us see situations from different perspectives. Additionally, practicing assertiveness in low-stakes situations can build our confidence for more challenging encounters. When we prioritize our well-being and communicate our needs effectively, we pave the way for a more balanced and fulfilling life. This doesn't mean we won't face resistance or challenges, but each time we assert ourselves, we reinforce our self-worth and strengthen our resolve. By embracing self-confidence and assertiveness, we can transform challenging situations into opportunities for personal growth. Remember, prioritizing your well-being is not selfish. It's a vital part of living a balanced and fulfilling life. So, take a stand for yourself, communicate your needs clearly, and watch as your relationships and overall sense of happiness improve. How can you start this journey today? What steps will you take to assert your boundaries and prioritize your well-being? 6. Taking control and embracing empowerment. When we realize we are being taken advantage of, it can be a turning point leading to a profound sense of empowerment. This moment is crucial, as it offers the opportunity to take control of our lives and circumstances. To harness this empowerment, we must first acknowledge our role in the situation and take responsibility for our actions and decisions. This self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal growth and a critical step in reclaiming our power. Reflect on the situations where you felt taken advantage of and identify any patterns or behaviors that may have contributed to these experiences. This isn't about blaming yourself, but rather about understanding and learning from the past. For instance, if you've consistently found yourself in toxic relationships, it's essential to recognize what attracted you to these dynamics and how you can make healthier choices moving forward. Once we've accepted our part in these situations, we can begin to implement changes that reflect our newfound awareness. This might involve distancing ourselves from toxic relationships, seeking out supportive and respectful individuals, and creating an environment that nurtures our growth. Imagine a garden. To see it flourish, we must remove the weeds that stifle its growth and ensure it's nourished with the right elements. Similarly, in our lives, we must eliminate toxic influences and surround ourselves with positivity and support. Forgiveness also plays a crucial role in this process. We need to forgive ourselves for past mistakes and understand that these experiences, while painful, have contributed to our growth. By focusing on the positive steps we are taking to improve our lives, we can move forward with a sense of purpose and direction. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. These challenges we face are not obstacles, but stepping stones to a better future. Consider the story of Jane, a young professional who always went out of her way to help her colleagues, often at the expense of her own work and well-being. She eventually realized that her willingness to please was being exploited, leading to burnout and resentment. Taking control of the situation, Jane began setting clear boundaries and prioritizing her own tasks. She sought out colleagues who respected her time and contributions, and over time, her work environment became more supportive and collaborative. Jane's story illustrates how taking control and embracing empowerment can transform our lives for the better. Think about your own life. Are there areas where you feel taken advantage of? How can you start making changes today to reclaim your power and build a more fulfilling existence? By embracing a proactive approach, we pave the way for a more respectful and empowered life. In conclusion, when we realize we are being taken advantage of, we must take control by acknowledging our responsibility, implementing necessary changes, and forgiving our past mistakes. This journey of self-awareness and empowerment leads to personal growth and a more fulfilling and respectful existence. How will you take the first step towards reclaiming your power today? Thank you for being part of today's video. Before we proceed, I want to express my gratitude for your support and participation in our community. If this is your first time here, comment, "I am a newbie," or if you've been with us for a while, comment, "I am a Stoic." Your engagement means a lot to us and keeps us motivated. Let's navigate this journey together, shall we? 7. Cultivating resilience and adaptability. In our journey through life, encountering situations where we feel taken advantage of is almost inevitable. However, rather than succumbing to feelings of frustration or victimhood, we can cultivate a mindset of resilience and adaptability to empower ourselves. Resilience, as Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, is about maintaining a strong inner core that remains unaffected by external turmoil. This allows us to bounce back from negative experiences without being deterred. Building resilience involves practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and regular physical exercise, which strengthen our mental and physical fortitude. By doing so, we develop the capacity to withstand and recover from life's inevitable setbacks. Adaptability complements resilience by enabling us to adjust our approach and strategies in response to changing situations. This flexibility is crucial because life is inherently unpredictable, and our ability to navigate through its challenges depends on how well we can adapt. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us that it is not the events themselves, but our perceptions of them, that affect us. By being open to change and willing to revise our plans, we can turn adversities into opportunities for growth. This adaptability means recognizing what we can control and accepting what we cannot, which liberates us from the burden of frustration and empowers us to act decisively even in the face of exploitation. Resilience and adaptability together form a powerful duo that equips us to handle being taken advantage of with grace and strength. By focusing on what we can control, we free ourselves from the anxiety of trying to manage the uncontrollable. As Seneca put it, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." In other words, our peace of mind comes from within, not from our circumstances. This Stoic principle encourages us to focus our efforts on internal development rather than external validation. In modern life, these principles are particularly relevant. We live in a fast-paced, ever-changing world where the ability to adapt is more valuable than ever. Whether in our careers, personal relationships, or everyday challenges, cultivating resilience and adaptability can transform how we respond to being taken advantage of. Instead of reacting with anger or despair, we can view these situations as opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. To bring this into practice, start by incorporating mindfulness and meditation into your daily routine. These practices help you remain centered and calm, even when faced with adversity. Regular physical exercise not only boosts your physical health, but also enhances your mental resilience, preparing you to face life's challenges head-on. Additionally, embrace change by being open to new experiences and perspectives. This might mean seeking out new challenges at work, learning a new skill, or simply changing your routine to break free from monotony. In conclusion, by fostering resilience and adaptability, you equip yourself with the tools to navigate life's difficulties with poise and strength. Remember the wisdom of the Stoics. Focus on what you can control, accept what you cannot, and see every challenge as an opportunity for growth. In doing so, you transform being taken advantage of from a source of frustration into a stepping stone towards a more empowered and fulfilled life. As you move forward, keep these principles close and let them guide you to a life of greater resilience, adaptability, and inner peace. 8. Practicing self-care and seeking support. When you realize you're being taken advantage of, it is essential to prioritize self-care and seek support from trusted individuals. Self-care is not just about physical well-being, but also encompasses mental and emotional health. Practicing self-care helps to restore your sense of worth and maintain your overall well-being, ensuring you are in the best state to address and navigate the situation. One of the key aspects of self-care is setting aside time for activities that rejuvenate and fulfill you. This might include engaging in hobbies, spending time with loved ones, or simply taking time to relax and unwind. As Marcus Aurelius noted, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Focusing on positive and fulfilling activities helps shift your mindset from the negative impacts of being exploited to a more balanced and healthy perspective. In addition to personal self-care practices, seeking support from friends, family, or professional counselors is crucial. Sharing your experiences with someone you trust can provide emotional relief and offer new insights into your situation. This support network can help you feel less isolated and more empowered to take action. Imagine a scenario where you're constantly relied upon to handle additional work responsibilities without recognition or compensation. You might start feeling overwhelmed and undervalued. By practicing self-care, you ensure that you are taking time to recharge and maintain your well-being. Discussing the issue with a mentor or a trusted colleague could provide you with strategies to address the imbalance assertively and constructively. Reflect on your current self-care routines. Are you dedicating enough time to activities that nurture your well-being? If not, consider making adjustments to prioritize these practices. Additionally, think about the people in your life who provide genuine support and encouragement. How can you lean on them during challenging times? Seneca wisely said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Often, the anticipation of confrontation or change can be more daunting than the reality. By focusing on self-care and seeking support, You bolster your resilience and prepare yourself to face these challenges with greater confidence and clarity. In conclusion, practicing self-care and seeking support are vital steps when dealing with exploitation. These actions help restore your sense of self-worth, provide emotional stability, and prepare you to address the situation effectively. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics by prioritizing your well-being and surrounding yourself with supportive individuals. By doing so, you not only protect yourself, but also cultivate a stronger, more resilient foundation for navigating life's challenges. 9. Building assertive communication skills. Developing assertive communication skills is crucial when dealing with situations where you feel taken advantage of. Assertive communication enables you to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and confidently, without being aggressive or passive. This balance is essential in maintaining your self-respect and ensuring that your boundaries are respected by others. To start, it's important to understand the difference between assertive, aggressive, and passive communication. Assertive communication is characterized by honesty, respect, and confidence. Aggressive communication, on the other hand, can come across as hostile and disrespectful, often leading to conflict. Passive communication involves yielding to others' demands and suppressing your own needs, which can result in resentment and exploitation. One of the key techniques in assertive communication is using I statements. These statements help you express your feelings and needs without blaming or criticizing the other person. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," you could say, "I feel unheard when my opinions are not considered." This approach focuses on your experience and encourages constructive dialogue. Consider the scenario where a colleague regularly offloads their work onto you. An assertive response might be, "I understand that you have a heavy workload, but I also have my responsibilities to manage. I feel overwhelmed when I have to take on extra tasks. Can we find a way to distribute the work more evenly?" This statement clearly expresses your feelings and sets a boundary, while also inviting a cooperative solution. Another important aspect of assertive communication is active listening. This involves truly hearing and understanding the other person's perspective before responding. Active listening shows respect and can help de-escalate potential conflicts. It also ensures that your response is informed and considerate. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This Stoic principle emphasizes the importance of integrity in our actions and words. By communicating assertively, you uphold this principle, ensuring that your interactions are honest and respectful. Practice is key to building assertive communication skills. Start by role-playing different scenarios with a trusted friend or mentor. This can help you feel more comfortable and prepared for real-life situations. Additionally, reflect on past interactions where you felt taken advantage of. How could assertive communication have changed the outcome? Use these reflections to guide your future interactions. Assertive communication also involves body language. Maintain eye contact, stand or sit up straight, and use gestures that convey confidence. These nonverbal cues reinforce your verbal message and help you come across as confident and self-assured. In conclusion, building assertive communication skills is essential for protecting yourself from being taken advantage of. By expressing your needs clearly and confidently, you maintain your self-respect and ensure that your boundaries are respected. Practice using I statements, active listening, and confident body language to enhance your assertiveness. How will you start practicing assertive communication in your daily interactions? What situations in your life could benefit from a more assertive approach? Reflecting on these questions can help you apply these principles effectively, leading to more respectful and balanced relationships. As we conclude, remember that recognizing when someone is using you is a crucial step towards protecting your well-being and building healthier relationships. The wisdom of Stoic philosophy provides invaluable guidance in these challenging situations. By setting firm boundaries, processing emotions constructively, and understanding motives, you can reclaim your power and ensure that your interactions are grounded in mutual respect. Embrace these Stoic principles to lead a life of integrity, respect, and resilience. How will you apply these lessons to your daily life? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights on living a fulfilling and empowered life. Thank you for watching.